Hello, welcome to the live stream. I now realize this camera is way closer than I want it to be. Although I feel like if it zooms out any farther, you're gonna see the pile of stuff I have here because we're gonna do a plan with me. And I don't actually, despite living here for like 18 months, I don't have a great planner stuff storage setup, which is really points to the fact that I have too much planner stuff. But we're gonna move along with that. Newbold one is on it. Can see and hear. Okay, good. Thank you. The kittens are now considering what their next move is. So, there is political news. It's been a week. We have a new president as of yesterday. And they really left it till the last possible minute, as far as the swearing in. But what I'm going to say, we are not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. There's plenty of time in the future to talk about the absolute barrage of economic and fiscal policies that are going to affect Americans and the rest of the world, because America's economy affects the rest of the world. But what we're going to do is, because one, I am slowly actually just becoming a planner channel, we're going to do some planning. And we're going to do it in two planners because we are now 3 weeks into the new year and I am still using two planners. And no, it doesn't make any sense, but I like them both. And so I'm using two planners. But then the part of me that really struggles with completeness is like kind of feeling like they aren't. I thought that I would like maybe one would be a work planner and the other would be like a life planner. But what ends up happening is that's not the way that it's working. Anyway, I think we should do some planning. I also have just one donut for you today. We don't have as hard of an out as usual, so I'm hoping that this can be kind of a chill, chatty plan with me. Because I don't have my union meeting after this. Here is the donut. So it looks a little worse for wear, but that's my fault. It had to get into a small Tupperware. This is an old-fashioned donut, which is one of my favorites. They have kind of like, they're harder donuts. This is a peanut butter and jelly, so very not allergy friendly, old-fashioned. So, but the jelly is actually Marionberry jam. So Marionberry is a type of berry that actually was developed as a crossbreed at Oregon State University, and it's I would describe it as like kind of the taste of a strawberry or a salmonberry, but then but with like a little bit of raspberry tartness in it. Anyway, it's one of my favorite berries. And not a thing you get to experience in a lot of places. And so I'm pretty excited about that. It isn't the most beautiful, but I think it's got a rustic beauty to it. So we're going to eat that donut later on. Oh, Meteor Rex has broken things. It is here with a new username. It's great to see you here. I'm glad you're here, Meteor Rex. Oh, we got sent floofs of the week last week, so I need to display those, which I forgot to do right before this, so we'll figure it out. The reason there's a PB&J old-fashioned is actually because, unfortunately, the oven broke at the donut shop, and so they make these incredible cinnamon rolls, and they are not able to make them, so for now, substituting on the menu is those Marionberry ones, but... Aaron looks like the non-smoking smoking man from the X-Files in the reflection on the wardrobe door in the beginning of the Kitty Bowls. Wow, that's a very specific reference that I do not know anything about. I will also say that there is a bakery over there. Kugel is furiously making muffins. The other thing we might do, this is the only thing that's like a little bit topical, is there is a possibility, if people want to, Red Book, or Red Note, as it has been rebranded in English to be, the Chinese lifestyle social media app that everybody fled to when TikTok went dark for a hot second. Not everybody. a core group of American TikTok users started going on this Chinese app as kind of a protest against one, Meta, and two, like just furiousness about TikTok shutting down. But what has been delightful about it has been a cultural exchange between mostly like mainland Chinese or Chinese diaspora in the rest of the world with Americans who often have no exposure to like everyday people, just exposure to government propaganda. And it has been very interesting. I will say it is a lifestyle app, and prior to the Americans flooding it, is like very, very dominated by women. It's like 70 or 80% of the user base is women. And it's been very cute. People have been asking help for their English homework. Like American users have been learning Chinese. But something that I've really enjoyed is I'm actually using a Chinese planner now. And they have a very unutilized Instagram, Kinbor, which is the type of planner that I'm using. They have a very underutilized Instagram, and but they're very active on RedNote. So there has been just an opportunity to get exposed to totally new planner content. The person that developed this, the planner that this one is riffing off of, Bushyman, is a Chinese content creator who made this kind of 8-grid layout. And I watch their vlogs sometimes because they're on YouTube, but not very many Chinese content creators are on YouTube because it's behind the Great Firewall. So it's been really interesting and fun, and I thought maybe we could look at some planner content from there. I've also been using it to research my upcoming trip, so. Today I learned salmonberry are real things and not just in Stardew Valley. That's great. I ate 3 donuts the other day in one sitting. Was that possibly related to the events of yesterday? UNLVX Rex says, this is my work YouTube. Great. Well, it is lovely to see you here. So we might look at some RedNote stuff. Now, let me talk a little bit about what's going on with my planner situation. So this layout that I've been using, the Kinbor 8-grid layout, it's working really well for me. I do kind of wish that maybe I had the original one that is B6. This one is A5, and I do feel like it's just like a smidge too big. It's hard to like bring around with me, which is kind of what has ended up happening, is that this very cute little week-sized notebook is coming around with me, but it is much better than my previous one for doing my long to-do lists, which tend to happen on my days off, which are Monday and Tuesday. So I've been using this as my kind of like think about my week in a bigger way at the beginning of the week, which is my weekend. And then all of the like to-dos I have to do. And then I use it fairly lightly towards the end of the week, because when I go into the office, which is usually Thursday through Sunday, I will just take this guy because he's like a little small one. So I'll pretty much only put work to-dos in here. And most of my work to-dos kind of are due, Thursday, Friday. And because of that, it's like less important to have them on specific days. So that means this layout is working pretty well. So I think what we're going to do, we're going to decorate this. As you can tell, I've already been working on this for the moment. How's that light doing? I feel like that light is not lighting this very well. Okay. And this is a little washi tape that I have. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to like go around the grids like I'd done previous. I'm also not trying to be terribly precious about this one. Like, it doesn't need to be beautiful. And that has been very helpful. And obviously it's nice to have it look somewhat pretty, but it is not a requirement. Okay. I'm going to try to find like colors that match all of these. I think it's going to be hard because, see, this yellow is like very off. feel like I've got to have a better yellow for this. Okay, there's Saturday. Yellow is closer. It's still not really what I want, but we'll put that there tentatively. Is this pink? That pink is way closer. Okay, that's the pink. I mean, I have an awful lot of pens, but I do not have the right yellow for this. Here's the green. There's the teal. That Frixon is the best yellow I can get. That's the closest I can get, which is not that bad. Do I have anything that's like this darky purple, purpley pink? Is this... How close do we feel like that is? This is not... This is really close, but it's not a... It's a rollerball pen. Like it does... So I just don't feel like it's gonna do what it's not gonna stay consistent with the rest of them. Well, we'll do the other ones first. Okay. I feel like if I start at the bottom, it does a better job. We're definitely leaning into the homemade things. Wow, it's so cold in Michigan that your classes have been canceled? That's notable when it's Michigan. I feel like that doesn't happen in Michigan very often. How cold is it in Michigan? You're making the Kinbor so much cuter? Well, thanks. I appreciate that you think I'm making the Kinbor so much cuter. I decided to lean into the rainbow colors today. -15 today, but with worse wind chill. Oof. When it was like -20 in Finland, I was like, I don't understand how people live like this year round. Well, not year round. I don't understand how people live like this on a regular basis in the winter. And I think the answer is they just stay inside as much as possible. All right. What do we feel like looks... Which one is the closest? I think this one. I think we're going to go with this one. Maybe if I was good at like layering colors or something, we'd be able to like layer it in there, but... All right. Now... David said doorbell ring. Did I miss anything? No, not really. I'm not doing anything that exciting. I haven't really found what consistently I'm using this for. I didn't like the look of this tracker the first week, but you know, I'm trying not to not do the perfectionism. And then the meals I don't really need in here. I feel like in a lot of ways this is not the place for them. So, okay. I am not editing today. I did fill in my trackers and I am not doing the e-visa application. So let's fill in the rest of the week stuff. And then we're going to like redo a bunch of this, annoyingly. So this has like, it has little dots here. It has like a dot there, which you can use to like as a divider. But I've actually been using as my noon, 6 and then 6 a.m. prep, which has been helpful. Okay, so 5 to 10 a.m. hosting. Okay, and then I have 2 competing birthday parties, which is kind of rough because my bedtime is like super early. But 4 to 7 MJ party, and then also yoga studio party. Okay, night note. It's a thing I do every Sunday at work, but it's been in the work planner. Then I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but I can't remember if it's like at 10:20 or 10:30 because I put like the buffer in. So let me actually see when it is. It's at 10:45, so I should be able to make it. This is one of those appointments where like it was the only appointment for 6 months available with my rheumatologist on Kaiser, so I just took it no matter what the time was. Because normally I wouldn't take a appointment in like the middle of my Monday work morning on Wednesdays. Then what other meetings do I have? Okay. And then Saturday, Vietnam Railway tickets from Hoi An to Hanoi Open. That's like a big reminder. Okay, what other meetings do I have? Okay, I have a 2:30. Okay, I have so many meetings tomorrow. Then Thursday, 9 a.m. stand up. Doing great. Then Friday, 9:30, interview Emmanuel. I have no idea what. Oh, this must be a trial meeting. Okay. I had some meeting put on my calendar, which doesn't happen to me very often. 2 p.m. Friday, which sucks for me, but okay. 4 p.m. yoga. 2 p.m. I'm gonna call this Iconics. Okay. And 9 a.m. stand up. Voice track. Okay. So e-visa does need to happen at some point. And then let's put yoga in here, and then we can move on to the other one. So I am signed up for 8 p.m. yoga again tomorrow, which is late. I have been doing it occasionally, and it hasn't... I like the classes, but man, whew. Okay. Then 6 p.m. yoga. And was that an unscheduled mobile phone bounce test? Yeah, my phone falls all the time. I don't worry about it. Luckily, I have a good case. Okay, I am signed up for the 2 p.m. yoga there. Okay, I've got all the yogas in there. And I think that's it. I think that's my... Should we do some sort of cute washi tape or something? Like maybe right here, because I don't have much of like a plan for that. I got an awful lot of washi tape. We should probably find an excuse to use it. What about this one? I think that could work. What else do I have? That's kind of fun, maybe thematic. Ooh. I kind of like this better. It's which kind of makes sense. It's from the same one as these little washi tapes. It's Shine Sticker Studio, and I feel like it would go well here. So I'm gonna do there we go. That's cute. That adds some cuteness, I feel like. Do we need anything else? Oh, I need to put trash because I think I'm the only one that will be here tomorrow. Okay. Trash. Edit. QA. Okay. There we go. There's the plan with me, which I feel like was relatively easy. Now, let's do the work plan with me, because there is a lot of work. I am concerned. So I've been using this one. This is as part of my, like, don't let perfectionism get in the way. I've been using this as, like, the yoga tracker on this side, and that's, like, hours of yoga, and then hours of skating on this side. And I feel like it's and then I've been tracking if I have prednisone or not, which I track somewhere else, but it's been kind of helpful. Because I'm on a prednisone when I need it sort of basis right now, and that kind of tells me if I had like a bad body day or not. But I don't know. I don't feel like this is it's not the beautiful thing that I want. So we're gonna see. And I've decided to treat this as a trial where each month I can try something different on it. And that's helping me overcome the perfection. It's okay. It doesn't need to be perfect. Now, I need to do like a dedicated to-do list for all the stuff I need to do before our trip in March, but I can't decide which planner it should be in. I feel like I want to do it as a flip out instead of doing it in a page. And I know that sounds silly, but the reason I want to do it is because I want to be able to like look at it when I'm looking at stuff. And I kind of want to put it like in the week that we're leaving. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it as a tip out here in March. But I need, like, it's going to take multiple weeks to finish all of the stuff that I need to do. So let's actually write this up now. Let's make this look cute. Should not write directly on that, I have learned. Okay. To do for trip. And then to book. And I'm only going to include stuff I haven't booked yet. A lot of stuff I've already booked. Okay. So, Seam Reap Tour. Bus to Seam Reap. Veg cooking class in my photo tour Bangkok photo tour Ho Chi Minh City. Boat in Chiang Mai. Maybe boat in Bangkok. Hello. Hi. Do we have someone coming to help? Childless Crane Lady says, I use washi tape with cranes on it. That's great when it comes to your name there. That's great. B says 8 p.m. yoga is so ambitious. I will say that I will only do the 8 p.m. yoga. I was doing it like more regularly. It is notable because half the week my bedtime is 7:30, so I shouldn't even be awake at that hour, let alone out of the house. I only do like the relaxy 8 p.m. yogas. And it usually has come down to just my schedule does not allow for another time. So yeah. When I was doing the 100-day yoga challenge, I had a few times where I had to do harder yoga at 8 p.m. But yeah, it's only been like yoga nidra or yin or deep stretch, something where your like the main point is relaxing. Okay. I still need to book train from Hoi An to Oh, we've done the rest of the trains. And so layover and maybe hotel Hanoi. I've booked like a cheap hostel, but I'm trying to decide if I should book like a nice hotel my last night because I have like a 40 plus hour travel day on my way back because I've got a 13-hour layover in Seoul when I'm gonna leave the airport and like do stuff. And then it leaves at like 11 p.m. I have all day in Seoul, and then I fly back and I still arrive almost when I took off because of the international dateline. So, does anyone go to the Go Wild conference? Is it fun? I'm thinking about it. Oh, that is a great question. I have never been to Go Wild. It seems like it's fun, but it also seems like a lot of drama to me. Every time I like inquire about Go Wild stuff, it seems like there's some new drama happening, and I personally don't need to introduce drama into myself. New Bold One says, I'm behind on the news. Where are you heading? Oh, I'm going to Southeast Asia, so I'm going to Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, and then I have a layover on Seoul on the way back. It was booked quite a long time ago, but now we're actually getting down to like, oh, gotta finish some stuff off. I'm taking like my max amount of PTO days, but I booked it like over a year ago because it's very, very hard for me to get time off work because I'm in a coverage based job. And because of that, I had to get permission to take this many days off like almost a year in advance. So, but Aaron's going there for work. So I decided, yeah. So we're taking trains and then we're taking one flight, which we have booked. We booked the flight, right? We booked the flight between. I feel like we did. Okay. I'm going to leave some extra room to book. Oh, right. Veg class, Vietnam. And then tour in Ho Chi Minh City. Okay. So I'll leave a little room for there. Maybe I'll put all the admin stuff on the other side since I'm doing a flip in. Okay. So I'm just going to call this admin. We should probably eat a donut soon. I've been kind of ignoring the chat, y'all, so let me look at that. Did the audio drop? No, I'm just not talking. Which places work and which places side trip? So the work is Bangkok, but I'm not doing any work in either of these places. Aaron is doing work. And then the side trips are Chiang Mai, Ho Chi Minh City, Siem Reap, Hoi An, and then I'm continuing on to Hanoi, but Aaron is flying home. And Aaron's going to Hong Kong on the way back. I'm going to Seoul. I plan via digital Trello page. It has new projects I want to do, and when I want them done, I also have another column for out there ideas. Yeah, one of the reasons I started planning digitally or started planning on paper. One, I started to get used to my hands back, which is funny because it's going again. But I was so excited about being able to use my hands. But then the other reason, we should do a different color. We should do a different color on this side. The other reason that I started doing it is because if you look at my digital planning tools, because space is unlimited, I overcommit myself, even in the abstract, even with like future ideas. So part of the reason I switched to paper planning is it forces me to be a little more realistic confronting what is actually possible because I tend to have plan eyes bigger than my stomach and I tend to be very overscheduled. So that's part of the reason that I do this at all. Okay. To book admin. Okay. I need I believe we need a Vietnam e-visa. I think I've decided not to do the e-visa for Cambodia. And the reason I'm not doing this is kind of silly, but you can get a visa on arrival. And I have a brand new passport. And I had like almost no pages left in my last passport. I had like half a page left. I now have this fresh giant, I got the extra large passport. And I have no stamps in it, and I probably won't get any stamps if I keep getting e-visas. And apparently it's not much. If you bring a photo to the border, it's like not that hard because you have to cross by foot anyway where we're going. So I've just decided I want the Cambodian stamp. So I've just decided that. So I'm not gonna get the Cambodian e-visa. I could be talked out of this, by the way, but my research online has indicated it's not a huge deal to do that. So, admin, okay, download languages, set up Grab for taxis, set up Happy Cow restaurants, pick itinerary for Bangkok days. We're waiting on Aaron's work conference schedule to figure that out because won't be busy every single day. Okay, download languages. That just means download my Google Translate languages because I like to have them offline. Okay, and then directions, airport to hotel, offline, SIM cards, double check outlets. My feed was way behind. Thanks for responding to my comments. I love your channel, but usually catch up you on the replays. Thanks for being here today. I'm surprised that you're able to be here today, but that's great. It is sort of a weird time to do a live stream. I feel like have switched back and forth. I forgot to turn on my mic for the first 5 minutes of my last stream. Thankfully, the chat pointed it out to me. That's why we now start every stream with me saying, can I see you? Can you hear me? Because I've done that before. Also, the cats like to readjust my stream setup in between streams. So, over planning you? Surely not. Oh, rude. Rude. If you press M, you can mute the stream that way. That's probably what happens. Oh, that's pretty funny. Okay, I'm very curious. The cranes let you out early. I'm very curious about this. Are you a professional crane lady? I have follow-up questions. And if so, do you want to do at work with on Oregon Public Broadcasting if you're based in Portland? Actually, we should use like a travel one. I'm sticking with too much of the same thing, but we should do a travel one for the tip-in for this. What do we have? I've got this one, which is like, it's Japanese, which means, it's not entirely fair, but it's a lot of like directional signs. So I feel like, and I don't use these very often. So it's from JR Rail. This is not tough enough. Where did I put my washi card, y'all? I tucked it somewhere very helpful, clearly. Here, hopefully this will be. I could use scissors, but. Okay. Now, cool. The tip end did not go far enough out. So let's not rip my whole planner here. What is Google demanding? I did rip my whole planner. Bear with me. That is the only downside of the... Oh my god, I'm destroying everything I've worked on, y'all. Okay. Coming back. Coming back. We're gonna figure this out. It needs to be truly at the edge, which is now farther in because I have ripped everything. Oh my god. The Kinbor paper is nice until you need to unwashi tape something. Then it sucks. By the way, in a stroke of deep irony, the Libby app, which I use to get audiobooks and Kindle books from my local library, I've been waiting for Hillary Clinton's book about what went wrong in the election that she lost in 2016. And I'd been on the list for like quite a while. I put it in, I can't even remember when I put it in. It was probably like months ago. So I've been on the hold list. And the audiobook came yesterday. And the whole book like opens with her on inauguration day of Donald Trump getting inaugurated last time. So anyway, it was very funny to listen to. Okay, you know what? It could be better, could be worse, but it looks okay. And then it'll fold in. And I can fold it in like that when I need it. Is this the best that anyone has ever done? No. But planners are not meant to be perfect, amazing creatures. They are meant to be productive tools, which is what I have to repeat to myself as I shake back and forth. All right, I just found the washi tape thing that I needed, by the way. I just love cranes and document them. That's amazing. Savi Island is a great place to go see them in the Pacific Flyway. Interestingly enough, speaking of crane as professionally, so at work, we have this series called At Work With, where we follow people with interesting jobs. And should we stop and take a break? We've been doing this for a while. We should stop before we come back to this one. We should eat the donut. And then we'll come back to doing my work planner because that's kind of how this seems to be shaking out. By the way, that's the sticker that was for last year's savings challenge on the forums because last year was Year of the Dragon. So it's a little cat wood dragon. This year's Year of the Snake. So we're going to really have to struggle to find a cute snake. But the savings challenges have kicked off for 2025. So if you're interested in doing them, they are open. But this is kind of turned into my work planner. But, so interesting jobs. So I really want to do a flight attendant or a air traffic controller for At Work With, and I couldn't get one due to kind of regulatory reasons. However, the Port of Portland, which is what runs the airport, told me that they actually have avian wildlife biologists who work for them. And their whole job is to prevent birds from getting hit by aircrafts. And that's their whole job. So in the spring, I will be following around wildlife biologists that work for the airport that their whole, and the idea is that we're doing it in like April because that's like fledgling season. So it's obviously like more of a risk. So I'm very excited about that and documenting that. I had no idea that there's like people whose whole jobs is like prevent birds from getting hit by planes. Cute snakes are easy to find. I don't know. I have watched every year for Lunar New Year China tries to make the cutest version of each animal. And I feel like the snake is one of those ones that they struggle with, at least in costume form. All right, we're going to eat this donut. Because this is Talking About Eating Donuts, and we haven't talked economics at all, really. But we're going to eat the donut. Okay, so this donut is a peanut butter with Marionberry jelly, old-fashioned. So it's got almost all my favorite things. I don't know if it's a peanut butter old-fashioned or just like kind of a standard old-fashioned underneath, but I'm pretty excited about it. It's kind of beautifully rustic. I don't think it's peanut butter on the inside. I think it's just a regular plain donut. The peanut butter is like ideal. I'm not getting any of the Marionberry out of it yet. I thought this was going to be super like mouth sticky, but whatever they did to turn this into peanut butter glaze, they did a very good job. Oh, I see there's a donut tax hovering over me. Fine. Reluctantly paying my taxes. Been busy having GPT be my business development coach. I've seen a lot of people do that. How is it working for you? All the donuts come almost always, usually when I'm in Portland, come from Dough Donuts, which is a vegan donut shop in Portland. What is your rating?
Solid peanut old fashioned. Agree, not much of the Marionberry.
Yeah, the Marionberry is really hard to get. Here's I'm gonna take a bite with just the Marionberry. The peanut is still too overwhelming.
I wanted more Marionberry.
I wanted more Marionberry too, but I will say the peanut
Really good.
The peanut is like perfect.
Yeah.
Pacific Northwest is the only place Marionberry grows, as far as I know, and it was developed here. So that's why we love Marionberry here. Wait, so there was a character who was exactly like my donut, meaning like he looked like my donut? I need more information, New Bold One. David, were you denied donuts? How very unfair. They should let you expense a donut to yourself. That was one of the things I missed about the height of COVID, where your employer would be like, everybody gets a $20 gift card. DoorDash yourself some food during this meeting. Also, my office used to get coffee from like a local coffee place for the office. And we were like 80% remote before the pandemic anyway. But we used to get like locally roasted coffee for the office, very Portland tech perk. And when the office got closed down, because we were like right downtown, what they did is they diverted it and they sent everybody bags of coffee at the house. So we just got like nice coffee provided by my work at the house for a while, which is really nice. We had a full house in the office today, 4 people. I feel like you should definitely get that. I'm not liking how my job has started trying to get people to come back. It doesn't affect me that much because in addition to having an offset schedule, I'm a host, so I have to be there 2 days a week. But because I have to in person be there for radio purposes. But I will say our new CEO is a big fan of free bagels, and her admin, like her person that handles all of her stuff, is vegan. And so he always makes sure there's like really good vegan bagels and then like multiple vegan schmear options. And they are really good. And I am enjoying getting free bagels in the office. In lockdown, I barely dodged a layoff, but before my new position was confirmed, they gifted me a $20 Grubhub card for Christmas. I was like, gee, thanks. Sometimes you just want money. Seamus, you should promote your streams in here. But it's easier to promote if you have a schedule. Oh, the donut tariff is in effect. Is it 100% tariff though? Because I'm gonna have to get double the donuts. That's the real thing. All right, should we go do my other one? What theme should we do? Of the people here, what theme do you want me to do for this work one? I think I'm just going to put all my work meetings in the side. It does feel redundant when I literally just did that, but we're going to move on from that. Okay, so I have 9:30 interview, 9 a.m. stand up. Day off. Day off. I also at some point have to figure out how to make up this day off because Monday is my normal weekend and it was a holiday and I'm supposed to make up that holiday, but it's going to have to be in February, unfortunately. Okay. So got this 2 p.m. Iconics. Then 9 a.m. stand up. 5 to 10 a.m. host. 5 to 10 a.m. host. Bagpuss is stripey. I sent them the link for the nearest donut shop. I think that makes solid sense right there. Okay. 1:30 news. Seems like I'm being invited to a lot of meetings that I don't know why I have to do. So I'm a little annoyed. Not usually someone who has to do a lot of meetings. Okay. Announcers. 2:30 social platform. Should I do my workouts like in a different box? I kind of think that would be kind of fun. I haven't really tried out a new layout with the weeks yet, so I kind of think let's mix it up. What did we have for dinner last night? I feel like I made something and
No, I had.
put it in
I
front of
had
you.
quesadilla chili. Chili quesadilla.
Did I have a burrito?
Or chili.
I must have had chili. Well, we're having chili again tonight. Tofu scramble. Brussels. Leftovers. Nachos on Sunday. Nachos. It's our last nachos of Snackuary because we're gonna run out of chips. But it's only 4 more days left in the month, so we'll make it. I think we can make it. 5 p.m. yoga. Then 2 p.m. yoga. What time am I doing it? I'm doing 4 p.m. yoga. 6 p.m. There we go. Still don't know what this night is. It's probably going to be chili again. We just have so many leftovers. We can eat chili for quite a while. All right. Hello, I've returned. And the super cute clip, this definitely came from Temu and is, you know, it's cute. Can waffles be far behind? No, Aaron makes the waffles, so. All right, now we've got to do the to-do list. I think what we need to do is divide this between freelance stuff because I have 2 freelance pieces I'm working on right now and work stuff. So, should we do a fun... This one's a highlighter one. Let's, what color are we doing, y'all? What's the theme for this week? I think the theme for this week should be, like, coffee. Just to accurately represent what I need to get through the week. Oh, also, Friday is Breakfast on the Bridges. Holy crap. Is it? Or is... Next Friday is Breakfast on the Bridges. Thank gosh. Thank gosh. Good. Started to get very paranoid there. I think we're going to do coffee theme because I need coffee to get through this week. So Well, that ripped that. Okay. Oh, well. I think it's cute. Now we can use the brown one that I never get to use. So what are people looking forward to this week? I know that is maybe a weird week to ask it for some people. Maybe some people are excited about the incoming administration. Or maybe they live in a part of the world where they're less worried about it. But what are you looking forward to this week in your personal life? I am... What am I looking forward to this week? I think what I'm looking forward to is I'm working on this freelance piece that is, yes, it is about healthcare and like how broken healthcare is, which is always kind of hard to write about. But all the people I'm talking to for it are like really passionate about making American healthcare suck less and very knowledgeable. And I feel like it's always fun to get to kind of do a healthcare piece that isn't about breaking news, but is like about kind of a bigger topic. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Okay. So I'm going to call this, make this OPP. Seamus says, my best friend is performing at a play next month, so I'm going to go see them as part of my 40th birthday trip back to Chicago. That sounds awesome. How soon is your 40th birthday? Is it next month? Or is it this week, this upcoming week? Book that trip, so I'm happy to have that done. It's always such a relief when you get to do that. I started my internship this week, and I'm excited to do work on it. Is it a library internship? That sounds awesome. Okay. I don't know what's going on, but you said, would you hang a hammer on the wall of your living room? I don't know what that's in reference to. It looks like there's an incredible sunset going on outside right now. It's really, I guess, like past sunset, but it's like a very beautiful background there. Okay. What short phrase could I put here for freelance? Actually, the freelance is mostly for APM. So I'm just going to write APM. This is public radio, so everybody's got an acronym. I think I'm most excited about this week, besides the freelance thing. I'm actually really excited about the trip that we're taking to Southeast Asia. It feels like it's coming together now. So I'm enjoying that is true. Okay. Pitch. Sports. Okay. PR to agent Anthony interview. Then Q's for EE. Q's for CF. Write script. There we go. That's probably all I can do today this week. Then OPB, voice track, cut, widen, piece, work with schedule, work with flight, EAS service. Then, do I need to put all the meetings in here? It would be satisfying to check them off, and it seems like I have way more meetings than I should. Okay. Night note. Tracker. And I saw this little productivity tracker where you like rate your productivity on a little scale for days of the week, and I thought it would be kind of fun to try. So I am gonna try it. All right. Is it the most beautiful thing that anybody has ever used? No, but I think it'll be fine. Once again, the point of planners is to be productive, not to be perfectionist. I say it out loud to remind myself. All right, there we go. That's done. Really some interesting contrasts this week between the two of them. I hung some IKEA Scottish wallboard. I have 23 keyboards up there. I thought I might add some schools. I think that you should absolutely add anything that you need for building them there. February 10th, trip is the week of the 21st. I'll be hosting live streams and in-person stuff here in town before then. That's great. All right. I think we did it. Oh, should we put the name on the column? Okay. Workout. Oh, also I ran. Okay. Then meal and meetings. I always wanted to look as cute as other people's look, but whatever. There we go. It's not as cute as the fictional one in my head, but... I can't wait to do Snackuary next year. My first non-college Snackuary opportunity. Yes. Childless Crane Lady says, I suddenly want coffee. Well, if you're in Pacific time, I do feel like it's probably kind of late for coffee. Oh, I'm just going to put this here because I'm going to forget. Otherwise, Be on B post. I got to do reminder post for Be on B. Hey. We did it. We planned in both of those. Oh, we forgot to fill in the journal for the donut. I rated it. No, I didn't rate it yet. I ate it, and I didn't rate it. The donut, I would say, was a 4 out of 5. It was The only thing that was disappointing to me was that I got stoked about the Marion Berry and it disappeared. It wasn't really noticeable, but there we go. There is the donut log. So really, we kind of did 3 planners, if you consider my donut log a planner. New Bulb One said, have we rated the donut? No, apparently not. All right, I'm going to read more chat now that I'm not... Childless Crane Lady says that she likes this. Thank you. I feel like the contrast too between the 2 color schemes this week is really interesting. So I've got that one is my like everything else planner and then my work planner, but in some ways I feel like they go together. So I am like overthinking it, but I really cannot cover the front yet on this. And I don't really like the plain pink, but I just can't commit to anything. But I was able to commit to putting stickers on the inside and these are mainly like stickers at events. I'm trying to get better at not like hoarding them and actually using them. But these are not my most precious of the stickers. These are like, stickers I get from random events like that I talk at or rides I lead and stuff like that. I got this one from an artist and I met him on a bus and he gave me this sticker, but I didn't get his name or contact information at all, but he drew this and I love this so much and I would buy more of these, but I met him on a bus. Don't know if I'll ever see him again. Ordering chicken and waffles with a side of fried spaghetti. I need something nice and out there this week. Is that what you're looking forward to this week? I'm redoing bad old metadata and make it into current good metadata. Amazing. You are doing the most important work in the universe. Good metadata is what makes things run. I've been at work. I have 2 series, right? And I've been pushing to get a tag for this continuing at work with series that we do for like 2 years. I've been asking for a tag and I keep being told by our digital team that we can't have a tag. And it has gotten a little annoying because when I'm trying to send out inquiries to new ones, I have to individually link to be able to show them our past episodes. And then I found out from our digital director just how many tags we have. It's in the tens of thousands. And I feel better about the fact that they haven't pushed to get me one yet. Why haven't gotten one. A negative 20 wind chill. That's amazing. That's so cold. That is so cold. I'm looking forward to a session with the clearing person tomorrow morning. It's early for me, but hopefully we'll be productive. Oh, I'm so excited for you. That is great news. I was wondering what had kind of happened with that because I knew that it was it was sounding like it was going to happen. I hope it's very, very good for you. I hope it is productive and makes you feel good about that. Winter, your birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday. Are you doing anything for your birthday? Are you in the celebrating? Do you like to celebrate birthdays or do you like to ignore them and not have anybody acknowledge them? I feel like you must like at least a little acknowledgement in that you mentioned it on the live stream. So I hope you get something delightful. The best stickers are the friends we made along the way. I know. Ate it, but didn't rate it. Next week, I'll have to send out Snackuary stickers. So, by the way, if you are not participating in Snackuary this year, I really think there's some interesting discussions going on in the Snackuary thread where people are kind of muddling through their feelings towards spending and food and everything. So, negative 20 wind chill is what I put up with back in college in Minnesota. Minnesota is so cold. I I was on a cross-country train trip and I had a layover in Minnesota in December, and I I felt like I was almost going to pass out waiting for the bus. And later I was told that you can essentially go indoors and wait for almost anything in Minneapolis because people, like, all the businesses will keep their lobbies like open and warmed, especially by the bus stops. And that really changed things because I had a bike with me, on the train, but I was like, I don't want to bike. I want to take the bus for the first bit. I did bike around a lot in it, and it was very cold. What is Snackuary? Snackuary is a challenge we do on the Oh My Dollar forums, where it's the 6th annual Snackuary, I think. And essentially it's a food budget challenge. So it's a choose your own adventure food budget challenge. And then at the end of it, you get, you get badges every week, on the forums. And then at the end of it, you get some stickers, and they're like food and cat themed, planner stickers. I can only find Budgetober stickers right now. Oh, here's last year's Snackuary stickers. So I mail these to you totally for free anywhere in the world. And some people do it for the stickers. Some people just do it for the community accountability. But it is for food budget. And then in Budgetober is a more general budgeting challenge, and we do that in October. Some people call it their like budgeting new year, every year. And that one's Halloween themed. We do some other challenges as well, like the savings challenges that I mentioned that, like you get a sticker for. So the savings challenges for 2025 are save 25% of your income, save $25 a week or month, save $20,250. Yes, those are the challenges, I believe. And then there's a 2025 bingo challenge. You don't get a sticker for that one, but sometimes they do like a gift pool at the end of it. So the bingo is quite fun, I would say. Food budget focus. My January food purchase math really added up. Well, you're free to do the food. You're free to start a journal on the forums anytime, tracking your own food budget. And you could like join Snackuary, and I'll give you the last 2 weeks badges, even if you weren't joined in the beginning. So we're doing, the challenge that we're doing for it is we're calling Pantry Survivor Island. And the whole goal is that we aren't buying any pantry items this month. So we're eating down the pantry, essentially. We're allowed to buy fresh foods. We made the list ahead of time of what we were allowed to buy. That's why I was like, oh, this weekend is the last Snackuary nachos. And that is because we are still eating down the pantry, but we're going to run out of corn chips for nachos. We do have a lot of flour tortillas, so we could theoretically, but the flour tortillas don't turn into tortilla chips terribly well. Unfortunately, only corn tortillas do, and we are out of corn tortillas. We're now onto the flour tortillas. The next best thing to crane stickers are cat stickers. I'll have to do it next year if it's too late. I love your stickers. I'll try to check in for Budgetober. Budgetober's really good. We usually do like one other challenge that has stickers throughout the year. In March 2020, we did a time tracking challenge called March of Time, and that one was abandoned for reasons that you can probably tell. We also do Get It Done December every year, which is just you like it's essentially the home stretch challenge. People always tend to be very stressed out at that time of year, but at least the challenge is fun. And you get cute different like badges on the forum, so I could potentially make a crane badge for one of them. Freezer Pantry Reduction Act. I love that. That's actually really great, and I think I like it better than Survivor Pantry Island. I just confirmed ordering a Turn HSD today, so the budget. Oh, congrats. That's very exciting. That's the exciting thing for the year. I would like to do it for the stickers and the accountability to help me stick to the exit disability plan. We'd love to have you there. You should come do it. Winter, I didn't see anything else about your birthday, but I hope you have a good birthday. I didn't see anything else in the chat. That's very exciting though. I will say I've really been I've had a second bike for a while. I mean, technically if you add up all my other silly bikes like that are not practical commuter bikes, like uh, if if this camera was slightly twisted, you'd be able to see I have like a little yellow ape hanger that I only use for like rides, like fun group rides, because it's like max speed is like 8 miles per hour. And my friend Ron picked it out of the trash in Vancouver, BC for me and brought it down. It's so great. It's like a 70s ape hanger Canadian department store bike. But I have an extra cycle, but my extra cycle is really like it always has something wrong with it. And I gave up on trying to sell it because there is no market for non-electric cargo bikes. And I also built it out of trash parts. And I used to commute like 20 miles a day on it. Anyway, something was always wrong with it. Like the lights would always, because I have generator lights on it, but like the lights would get disconnected or the brakes would be out or something random would happen on it. And I love my main bike. It's my like custom wonderful bike. But now that I have the e-bike, since I got the e-bike in December, I have just been relieved to have two bikes that are like fully functional, and it has opened up possibilities for me in a way that I didn't kind of realize about it before. Especially like the e-bike, sometimes it'll help me get over the mental barrier of like going somewhere where I'll be like, oh, it'll be just a smidge easier with the e-bike. Like, you know, when I commute to work at 4:30 in the morning, if it's like really miserable weather, sometimes the e-bike is like, oh, well, I'll be able to get there like 5 minutes faster, which is not like a huge time savings, but reclassify it as a work in art and sell it like that. It is still very helpful to have as a cargo bike, and I use it for bike moves and stuff like that. So I'm not that angry at it. I just sort of have accepted that it isn't gonna, yeah. Oh, New World 1, I'm so happy that we don't have to defrost this freezer anymore. Defrosting freezers is terrible. But it does force you to actually go through the stuff in a way where if you have a fridge that doesn't need it anymore, you kind of are like, meh. Canadian Tire equals crappy tire bike. Fair. All right. We have been streaming for probably too long. But I really appreciate you all coming in and spending a little time with me. And we'll be back to some sort of policy analysis, economic analysis next week. Actually, I would like to know, is there anything you were really desperate to talk about, either policy-wise or just like any personal finance topic that you've been thinking about a lot? Please let me know. If you've got something filed away that you have been trying to figure out how to make work, because I would love to figure out how to make that happen next week, because I don't have any other ideas. I was thinking about talking a little bit about economic resistance. And I'm not even talking about economic resistance in a purely American sense, but I thought maybe we could do like a historical review of economic resistance. I don't know. It's kind of a weird topic, so it might not be that interesting because there isn't going to be a lot of economic resistance US sort of things, but I can talk a little bit about tax war tax resistors. So cliched, but how do you start an LLC and separate starting an LLC and separating work and personal expenses? Yeah, I could talk about that. I don't think it's cliched. I think I have talked about it like a few times before. But the actual starting an LLC varies by state. I know that you are in Oregon, and I have to say in Oregon, it's like quite easy. It's $100 a year to start an LLC. You don't need to have an LLC to separate your work and business expenses. You can set up a business account under your name. And if your full name is in there, you don't need a trademark or anything. You can essentially just do business as and start separating all of your business expenses into a separate account, which I recommend for anyone, without having to have an LLC. I think there's a lot of, but yeah, that might be actually worth talking about because I think there's probably some people that are thinking about it. The other thing is like I think a lot of people think an LLC protects them more than it does. An LLC doesn't really protect sole proprietors very much, and a single member LLC is what's called a disregarded entity. So while it can be helpful, like I do all my billing through my LLC. I've had my LLC for like eight plus years, but it isn't the be all end all. It doesn't really bestow you that much safety to really be protected. More helpfully, you need business insurance, but you don't always need business insurance. How do I manage my finances when I'm job searching post-graduation? Oh, I have a question. Are you going to get paid at your internship? I hope you do, but I don't know if libraries maybe sometimes don't pay for interns. I hope you do because you have a master's degree. Economic resistance would be amazing. I'm really worried about the environment and conservation rollbacks. Yeah, we might let me puzzle through how I would structure that because I'm trying to think about talking about it in a way that feels applicable to people's life and doesn't feel like a lecture, like on only historical economic resistance. So let me puzzle through ways to talk about economic resistance because I do think that would be interesting. Eric, thank you for being my spammy YouTube bot. We've got 21 people in the audience tonight. Like and subscribe. I appreciate it, Eric. Eric's always doing the work that I should be doing. K-Walk Comedy says, preparing for retirement. Oh, yes, you're very close. Okay, you all just gave me enough topics that each one of those needs to be a live stream, if not 2 live streams. So why will no one buy my shares in a drive-through safari park? I think that alone might answer your questions. Why do you have shares in a drive-through safari? Okay. I feel like that has opened up more questions than answers for me. That's very exciting, Geograph Concept. What are you using for budgeting now? I know you were like going back and forth through different types of budgeting methods. Are you still weren't you using Monarch last year? Is that true? David says, I thought it would take off during COVID. Ah, that makes sense. Are these shares in like a private company? Is that why you're worried about selling them? It's not publicly traded. Live streams that's just a bunch of cat photos. That's true. Oh, we didn't do Floof of the Week this week. I wasn't prepared for it. We'll do it next week. I appreciate everybody that submitted Floofs of the Week. And if you haven't submitted a Floof of the Week yet, questions@ohmydollar.com, or you can go onto the forums and submit your cats. You can either DM me, and my handle's the same there. All right, we've been streaming far too long, only because I don't have the next meeting. Too many people saw Tiger King. Oh, God. All right, you all have brought me so much joy. I hope you have a lovely week, that you stay safe, you stay hydrated. You pet a cat if you have one available. Maybe pet a crane. You probably shouldn't pet the cranes. I hope you see beautiful cranes. If that's your thing. And I will see you same time, same place next week with one of the many topics you all recommended. So please, thank you for coming. See you soon.